Hi, this is Andrew Clark, the Logistics Optimizer. Here again, this is a follow-up video to my video on increasing storage capacity with narrow aisles. Just something I wanted to drill in a little bit more detail into this long span shelving arrangement, which was the highest density storage, adding 144% capacity over a 4.5 meter wide aisle. Now, clearly, you're not going to store pallets in these racks. So this is for a replacement for mixed pallet storage, where you are storing cases on pallets, which is an incredibly inefficient way to manage stock within a warehouse. And a couple of reasons for that. One, if you want to pick from a mixed pallet, you've got to pull that pallet down. So you've got to go find a forky. He's got to pull that pallet down. He'll go away and do something else. That pallet will sit on the ground for who knows how long until he comes back to put it away. Then you've got to find the box that you want from that pallet, take it out. Maybe you can pull the stretch strap down. Maybe you've got to pull the stretch strap off because the box you want is at the bottom of the stack. And then restack the pallet, rewrap it, and then get it put back up in the racks. That is incredibly slow. So with this arrangement here with the long span shelving, then what that allows you to do, it gives you huge selectivity, so you don't have to worry about wrapping. And when you use an order picker to access it, you get these super narrow aisles, so super high density storage, and full selectivity over the stock in the racks. So this is way more efficient than using mixed pallets, or what's even worse, cages or those wooden pallet boxes, which I think are an ergonomic and disaster, because you've got to pull everything out in order to get to the thing that's, you know, even a couple of levels deep. So and you can't don't get me started about the wooden pallet boxes. You can't tell what's in a box. So if you have a mixed pallet that's open, then you can see what's on it. And if it's half full, then you know you can add more to it. If you have a pallet box, you can't even see whether it's empty or full or whether there's anything in it. So it's a real problem when you're coming to physically managing the stock in the warehouse. So don't use it. So, but the thing I wanted to show here was what is in place in most warehouses with long span shelving, and using mesh decks or chipboard doesn't really matter. It's the same effect. But you have a 450 millimeter gap, which is typically wasted. Now that space can be filled in with extended chipboard or mesh deck bridges between the racks. If you don't fill it in, then you get something that looks like this. So this is a view in between the racks. You can see all of this space. The first few levels here are long span, and all of this space is just wasted. Now, I redesigned this particular warehouse, and one of the things I did was, okay, let's fill in that gap and let's go a little bit higher with the long span so that we have more pick faces. And so I was recommending the use of one of those work assist vehicles, the little personal order pickers that allow you to go up to about 4.5 meters in height to pick. So the net effect of this was not just like a little bit of extra storage, but we were storing footwear, shoe boxes, and we went from going too deep on this shelf to 3 boxes deep. So even though we added an incremental 25% extra shelving space, the impact of that was a 50% increase in storage density in the racks. So that little bit of space can be a very significant when it comes to the cartons that you're storing in the racks. So this design, it overcomes all of the problems of mixed pallet storage. I really don't recommend you do mixed pallet storage unless, if you've got no other options, that's what you do. But if you get a chance to design your warehouse from scratch, then narrow aisles, long span, floor to ceiling could well be a very useful component in your warehouse. And always fill in the space. Even if you've just got a few long span levels down low in your racks, always fill in that space at the back with extended chipboard or mesh decks. That's really all I wanted to say. So if you need help with your warehouse design, then you can contact me through the website at Logistics Cloud Co, or just search for the Logistics Optimizer and connect with me or message me on LinkedIn.